living like a stage. Hey, hey, 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 love yourself first, explicitly. You overtook yourself to move with that energy. Empower your self-esteem. Self-love is king. That's the only way to win. That's how you empower your dream. Living like a stage. Hey, hey. Living like a stage. Hey, hey. Living like a stage. Hey, hey. Living like a stage. Hey, hey.
Where am I? I'm here, y'all. I just don't know where I am on the stage. Why they don't have me on the screen. What's going on, StreamYard? Let's see. I'll add myself back up. I don't know why the camera's not working. It was working a second ago. I was up there. Oh, I didn't have the camera on. I was adding myself to the screen, but I didn't have myself on. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another Sunday Pop-Up Live. I'm so proud of myself because everything in the world has happened today to make me feel like, okay, I can't do this live. But I'm like, nope, I just start coming back live. And even though I didn't promise y'all a set day, Sundays seem to work best. So I was like, no, and I'm trying to fix this headband, the camera. It's almost not a good thing to be able to see yourself because I know for me, I get distracted. But hey, y'all, how is everybody doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. I am super excited to have this time to start going live. I hope everybody has been enjoying the new formula of the Mindset Mondays, the Wise Women Wednesdays, and the Fierce Fridays. I think we've been doing it for 2 weeks so far, and this is my second live. But so far, so good. I'm really excited. Our viewership and subscribers are ticking up there. I am so close to the 1,000 subscribers. I can taste it. So that is super exciting. I think I looked this morning and I was like at 995, 994, something like that. So that's super exciting. I mean, it took a long time getting here, but it's worth it, which is a perfect segue into what I wanted to talk about today, which is the fact that we are just about all the way through our first month of Q3, which is not a big deal, but I know a lot of people look at their accomplishments and what they're doing and kind of judge themselves and measure themselves by the quarter. And so I did a YouTube video about a month ago, I believe on July 1st, about how to start Q3, this second half of the year, because I can't believe the year is already half over half over. Like, that's crazy. Time just flies. But I talked about the fact that the calendar is just there as a measurement, just kind of to keep you on track, on schedule, just to know, what day it is. But I don't typically use the calendar as, oh, I have to have this done in Q1 or Q2. And y'all know already I'm not big into New Year's resolutions and things like that. But I did want to kind of jump on and let you know that if Q3 has not been going the way you expected it to go, hey, V, what's up, sister? How are you? If Q3 has not been going the way you expected it to go, if you watch my video about, the second half of the year and you start making some plans and setting some goals, it's not too late. And I think one of the mistakes that we do make when we are making plans is we get too locked into the time. And so that's why I hate New Year's resolutions and January 1 vision boards, because if things don't go as planned right off the bat, then a lot of times we use that as an excuse to stop, or we get frustrated, or we get tired. And so that's why I don't really like doing things. Yes, Life or Trap for life. Thank you so much. Yes, girl. I love it. You've been rocking with me since day one, for real, for real. But I think that's what it is. So you say, this is what I want to do in Q3, or this is what I want to do for 2025 or whatever. And then you get started and things don't quite work that way. And so then you just give up, you get frustrated and you quit. When I like to touch base on a weekly basis, and that might seem like overkill to some of you, but for me, I love the constant evaluations and checking in with myself. What's going well, what's not going so well, what do I want to continue doing, what do I want to stop doing, because you never really know how something's going to go or how you're going to feel about something or how it's going to work until you're in it. Like, planning is amazing, and we do need to plan. We need to do our research. We need to prepare. However, you still don't really know until you know. And so there have been several things that I have thought I wanted to do, I've planned for, and I realized rather quickly once I'm in it, like, this ain't what that is. Like, either I'm not as passionate about it as I thought because it looked all shiny and new, but I had never done it and it wasn't really in my wheelhouse. And then I kind of realized, this doesn't bring me joy like I thought it would. It's not a good use of my time, whatever. And so I quit. And so I know a lot of people might look at that crazy. And I've been like that all my life. And to a lot of people, that looked like a negative. Like I was always doing something. I never stick to anything. But that's not true. And I think my life has been a testament to that, because as many things as I have quit and pushed to the wayside and decided they weren't for me, I've also had a lot of successes as well. And I attribute a lot of that to I don't stay anywhere too long when it's not serving me. And that's whether it's in business, jobs, relationships, whatever it is. Once I realize that it's not serving me, once I realize it's not a good fit, I don't have time to waste. And I think I was talking about that last week or either in one of my recent videos. One of my biggest pet peeves, and something you will never hear me say, is that I'm wasting time or I have time to waste. I don't. I have no time to waste. Like when people say, oh, I'm just wasting time or killing time before I have to do such and such. Like, well, why ain't you got nothing to do now? And I'm not saying that you need to spend every minute of your day working, but you need to spend every minute of your day doing something that is productive. So even if that is just spending quiet time with yourself, brain dumping, meditating, reading a book. But to me, when people talk about killing time, like, that is a horrible phrase. I don't want to kill time. I need time. Time is the one thing that we never have enough of. And when I am, hey, Lacey J, happy Sunday, boo. When I am in a position where I feel like something is wasting my time or something is killing my time, then I move away from that quickly. I don't have a minute. I remember even when I was married, before I got divorced, there were some people who were like, you sure you don't want to try to work it out? Or you sure, you can't try to stick it out or give it some more time? I don't have that kind of time. And there are certain things. Now, I'm not saying that no relationship is worth trying to work things out, but when you have your non-negotiables and that boundary has been crossed, you can't undo that. So what am I going to stick around? Like, I already know this is something that I'm not going to deal with. So I've always been the type of person to move on rather quickly, but that's because there are so many things that I want to do that I want to make sure that I'm not stretching myself too thin and putting too much of myself into something to where then I don't have the time and the energy and the resources to try that other thing. So I'm somebody who's always going to try. So I say all that to say that if you are now in quarter 3, we're here at the end of July. I believe August 1st is like Friday. And whatever your plans for quarter 3 are not really working, you're not feeling it, or you've already kind of fallen off. And again, that's whatever it is, then this is a good time to just try to revamp. And I talk about that all the time. Those 2 little letters, R-E, are amazing letters, and they are in the alphabet, and they are a prefix for a reason. You can redo, reset, reevaluate, restart as many times as you like. And so now is a time to review and reevaluate whatever it was that you wanted to start in quarter 3. And if you didn't see my half of the year video and you've been hanging on to something since Q1, January 1, it's time to start reevaluating this stuff because we're headed into a new year. And so since we are using the calendar and since that is kind of how we chart our time and our progress and different things, then let's make sure that we're not dragging stuff into 2026 that we already know is not serving us in 2025. Like if you have given it the old college try, if you have done your research, if you have given it your energy, if you have poured into this thing and it's not working, don't think that you have to stick to it. For example, even if it's about your health and wellness journey, right? There are more than one way to reach your health and wellness journey. If you have decided that you are going to be a 5 a.m. person, a 5 a.m. girly, and you're going to get up every day at 5 a.m. and go to the gym and do all the things and work out for an hour before you get your day started, but you've only done that 3 times since the beginning of the year, then sis, bro, we need to look at a different way for you to reach your fitness goals because that's not working for you. So although it may have seemed like a good idea, if you're not doing it, then you're not going to ever reach your goal. So now it's time to reevaluate. Like, okay, maybe I'm not a 5 a.m. gym person. What else can I do? Maybe I'm somebody who just needs to commit to going on a 3-mile walk after work. Maybe I'm the type of person who I need to actually get some equipment in my home. Maybe I need to invest in a walking pad or a treadmill or some dumbbells. Maybe I'm the type of person who needs to get one of those club passes and try. Like I think it's called Club Pass, but the concept is you get this pass, this app, this subscription where you can try different types of gyms, go to yoga studios, go to spin classes, and you're not committed and stuck to any one thing. Like that is the perfect type of thing for somebody like me because I'm going to want to try things and see what fits. And so if you have this plan and this goal, but whatever it is, you haven't been able to stick to it for whatever the reason is, whether it's timing, whether you just don't like it, instead of just giving up, figure out something else. Like if you had decided that you were going to be an intermittent faster and you just realized that you can't wait, by 9 a.m. you're hungry, you're starving, and so you just fell back into your old habits. No, research some other things. Maybe you're more of a ketogenic person, or maybe you need to do vegetarian. Maybe, just the intermittent fasting doesn't work, or maybe you need to change your eating windows. But what happens is we get our minds locked into certain things. We make these decisions, and then when it doesn't work for us, whatever the reason, we just quit. Well, guess what? You will never reach a goal if you just quit. Now, if you switch gears, if you pivot, if you decide to do something different, that's a whole other story. But that's not what happens most of the time. We get frustrated. We're ashamed of ourselves. We start talking crazy to ourselves. I'm never able to complete anything. I never am able to lose the weight I want to lose. I'm never able to stick to anything. Nothing ever works out for me. We get into the woe is me. We start having the pity parties. We come up with all the excuses, and then we just decide to do nothing. Because like I was talking about last week, unfortunately, we've trained ourselves to be comfortable there, right? Because it's like, okay, yeah, it doesn't work. Same old, same old. And it's crazy how we talk to ourselves, right? It's like, why do we do that? Especially women. We are so hard on ourselves. Like, that's how it always is for me. I'm never able to do it. Instead of realizing there are 9 million other ways to achieve this goal. And so now, before you go into the second month of Q3, beating yourself up for what you didn't complete in Q1, let's use this last week of Q3 to figure out what we need to do to still achieve the goal in a different way, because there's always a different way. If you were somebody who was going to be starting a business and you kind of hit a roadblock and you don't know what to do, get on YouTube, do some research, go to your chamber of commerce, find a mentor, do something, but just don't say, oh, I can't start the business, or I don't have enough money to start. Like, quit talking yourself out of stuff just because you got locked in to one plan, because there are so many different ways. I have accomplished so many things in the total opposite way of what I thought I would accomplish them, and in a completely different order in the way I thought I would accomplish them. But guess what? The key is I still accomplished them. Let me see. Girl, that is my life. LOL. I said I'm going to the gym every evening and work out for an hour each day. That was 2 months ago. Got to do better. Yeah, and we got to figure out, hey, word, Tuber Chat. Hey, thanks for being here. And we got to figure out what it is. And that's what I'm saying. There's always something. What is it that is preventing you from going to the gym every evening? Was that just a bad idea in the beginning? Thank you so much. I appreciate you for sharing. That is so awesome. I have to come over and visit you guys again. I love the Tuber Chat community. But V, you got to figure out, what is it? Like, was that just not the right schedule for you? Because sometimes, I know for me, I work out a different time. I can't say every day, but I don't work out at the same time every day. I am definitely a planner. So everything goes on my calendar and I schedule every part of my life. That's what keeps me. I'm an ADHD person. So I have to schedule my life because I'm like, squirrel, something shiny, and I will forget what I need to do. So I look at my calendar and I plan my workouts around that, because if I'm going to say I'm going to work out every morning at 7 a.m., that's not going to work on the days that I have an 8 o'clock a.m. appointment or a meeting, right? So then what happens? I have 3 8 o'clock appointments that week. So then I just don't work out at all. And then you end up, it's easy just not to work out. So you have to look at your schedule and plan it, because usually that same time every day is not going to work because our schedules changed. And then, and I love the fact, because that's what I was going to go to too. If you're talking yourself out of it, why? Are you too tired? Do you not have enough energy? Do you maybe need to take some supplements? Do you need a B12 shot? Like, figure out why you're talking yourself out of it. And another thing is, don't allow yourself to talk yourself out of it. I'm sure you probably saw my TikTok video, Vonda, where I said, quit giving yourself so much time to make a decision. When you make a decision in your mind and you know that it's something that's good for you, quit thinking about it and just do it, because we will talk ourselves out of it. And then definitely don't talk to nobody else about it. I don't know if y'all follow Mel Robbins, but Mel Robbins is awesome. And she has this thing where I think she like counts backwards from 5 to do anything that like she doesn't want to do. Because for a while she was struggling with some depression. She didn't want to get out of the bed. And one day it just popped in her head that she just counted to 5. And once I hit 5, or if she's counting backwards 1, but y'all get it, 5 seconds, I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to think about it. And I do that myself. Like, I'm the type of person that as much as I have to do, and I'm in front of y'all and I'm on stages and I'm doing presentations and I'm in the meetings and I'm at this gala and I'm at this event, that's not really my jam. I'm a homebody for real. And so when there are certain events that I don't have to go to because like I'm not getting paid or I'm not on program, but it would probably be a good idea for me to go, I have to talk myself into going, because my preference is always going to be to sit at home. So I just can't overthink it. Like, I know I need to do it. And so I just decide I'm doing it. And rarely do I regret it. And so that's what we have to do. When there's the things that we are implementing in our life, introducing into our lifestyle that we haven't always done, or maybe we've just been in a place where we haven't really been in a mood. Maybe we've been in a low point in our life. Maybe we just have had a lot going on. Our energy is low. We're not feeling our best. Those are the times when it's easiest to talk ourselves out of doing the things that we know we need to do. Even if we know these things are good for us, they're going to make us feel better. We just kind of get in our funk, and it's human nature. I don't know why we're wired like that, but it's easy for us to stay in that funk. So you just have to get yourself to the point, V and everybody else, that you don't allow yourself to talk yourself out of it. When you say you're going to the gym, just get up, put your clothes on, your sneakers on, get in the car and go. Once you get there, you start working out. Before you're even halfway through, you are going to be so proud of yourself and so happy you do it. And then it gets easier every time. There are so many times that I did not feel like working out, or I didn't feel like doing, sometimes it's even with me preparing for speaking events. And I don't know. I just don't feel like doing it. I just don't have the energy. I just start doing it. And I know it's easier said than done. And it is going to be difficult the first time, and it's going to take a lot of your energy. But once you do that, once you stop giving yourself the opportunity to talk yourself out of things, it will become second nature. And then it's over before you know it, right? So it's like, even me today, I told y'all, there were so many reasons for me like not to come live today, and nothing bad. It's just been a busy day, a good day, but a busy day. And since I wasn't really committed to this as far as, oh, I'm going live at 3:35 every Sunday, I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I shouldn't do it. And originally, I don't know if y'all got the alerts, but I was going to go live at like 1:30, and then some stuff started happening that I needed to do. And so I just changed the time instead of canceling it. And so then when 3:30 came, it's like I still have some things to do, but I was like, nope, I'm not changing anymore. I'm going live. I just did it. And so sometimes we have to kind of play those games with ourselves. We're fighting against ourselves, and you always want the part of you that wants what's best for you to win. And sometimes that does mean just ripping off the Band-Aid. You just have to rip off the Band-Aid and just do it. But I'm telling you, once you push yourself a couple of times, once you go ahead and do that thing, once you go ahead and allow yourself to be uncomfortable, once you go ahead and, just do it, it doesn't take any time before it's going to be second nature. And I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you from experience, because I have found myself in those times where I'm like, dang, I was supposed to start that like 3 months ago, and I still haven't done it. And why not? I was like that when I wrote my first book. That was like a year of me from the time I said I was going to write the book until I actually started writing the book. Not until the book was done, because that's like, okay, if it took me a year. I'm talking about before I even started. And what got me started, and maybe this will help you, Vonda, is once I mentioned it publicly. So now you done say it publicly. You're supposed to go to the gym. So now you got folks who heard you and gonna hold you accountable. But that's how it was for me. I got on Facebook on New Year's Day of that year, and I don't remember what year it was. I told y'all I'm not big on keeping time. I do not pay a whole lot of attention to time. I'm never going to be the one to say, yeah, that was back in 1987. I don't know what year stuff happened. I just know it happened. But that year, I decided I'm going to go on Facebook Live and tell these folks that I'm going to write a book, and it's going to be released Mother's Day. So I gave myself 5 months to write this book, right? I had not started anything. I didn't even have a title. I don't think I had a title. But what I knew for sure is that book better get written by Mother's Day. And so that's what I had to do. So you have to figure out what is your thing, what's going to help you to hold yourself accountable. But don't let it be the calendar. Don't allow yourself to ever think that it's too late. It's never too late. And whenever you find yourself in a funk and you're just like, I said I was going to do this, I said I was going to do that, and I haven't done anything. Instead of continuing not to do anything, figure out why you haven't done it and then tweak that. So whether it's pivoting in the method that you're going to use, whether it's changing your schedule, time blocking, I'm telling y'all, has been a game changer for me. When I tell you I schedule my entire life, I know where I need to be every day. And you might think, oh, well, where's the spontaneity in that? No, I'm spontaneous when it comes to, just fun little things that don't matter. But the things that I have to stick to, I'm scheduling everything. So I know what time I'm waking up. I know what time I'm eating breakfast, what time my first meeting, when I'm going to work out. I even know what I'm going to wear. I get my stuff ready on Sunday for the entire week. And I know that's not for everybody. I don't know what it means when people say, well, I don't know if I'm going to want to wear that. Look, if I bought it and it's my clothes, why would I not want to wear it? But I know everybody's not the same. I may every once in a while switch a Tuesday outfit for a Friday outfit. And that's usually only because if the weather is different. But for the most part, it's my clothes. Like, I don't know what it means to not be in the mood to wear. I don't know that my brain just doesn't work that way. But if you are the type of person like me, who it doesn't matter, you're going to wear your clothes, get your clothes ready. Because that's another thing we need to do. We need to remove distractions and the most possibility for frustration in our life as possible. So that's why planning is so good. Like, I meal prep. And not meal prep, that's not true. I plan my meals. Like, I know what days we're eating out, what days we have events. Okay, so we have an event on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So these days I need to cook. So I already have that stuff. Like, I When I am left to my own devices at the last minute, that's usually when I'm going to make poor decisions. That's usually when I'm either going to eat bad. That's usually when I'm going to decide I'm not going to work out, or that's when I'm going to procrastinate on something. So when I know ahead of time and can have things scheduled, that's why I love having an assistant, because when it's not even on me, like I love being told what to do, y'all. And so maybe you need somebody. I don't really believe in accountability partners, because accountability to me is like a deep thing. Accountability is something only you can hold yourself accountable. But if you have somebody who just kind of reminds you of things, somebody who just keeps you on top of things, like I love that for me. Like I love being told what to do, which I know might sound crazy too, because I am a boss chick. I like to make the rules, but I'm a creative person, so I don't like thinking about a lot of the small details that are really important. So when somebody's like, Stae, don't forget you need to do this, or Stae, don't forget you need to have this ready for this. Like, I love that. And so if you can have somebody in your life, and it doesn't have to be like a paid assistant, but even if it's a friend that just helps you keep on track, whatever it is. But that's the thing. You have to have that self-talk. You have to have that crucial conversation with yourself to figure out, why are you not doing the things that you said you wanted to do? And do you even really want to do those things? Because sometimes we say we want to do things and we keep trying to do them, and then realize the reason why I'm not doing it is because I really didn't want to. And that's okay too. Don't stick to stuff and decisions you made if they no longer serve you. But if it's things like working out, getting your business started, practicing your self-care, whatever it is, networking and things that you need to do to get to that level, then you need to figure out why you're not doing that and then fix it, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it feels awkward. You need to do that, because that's the only thing that's going to snap you out of it. And then the next thing you know, you're running on autopilot, and it's not even that big of a deal anymore. And rarely, like I said, are you ever going to regret that's a form of self-love right there. Say you have always been organized. I'm, on the other hand, have never been a planner, and it's so hard to change the behavior. But every time I listen to you, I get motivated to change it. Girl, yes. I mean, because if I wasn't organized and planner, I would be all over the place. Like, one thing about me is I am extremely self-aware. If I don't know nothing else, I know Stae Hall. And so I just can't afford to allow myself, because even with my organization, I'm off the rails every once in a while. I don't always get it. I miss some stuff, but it's important. The more you can write down, and that's, again, something that works for me. When something is written down, whether it's digitally on your phone or in an old-fashioned planner, whatever it is, that kind of makes it real to me. I have this saying, and I know a lot of other people said it, I didn't make it up, but if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. Because I don't like having a lot of stuff in my mind, but I also cannot stand being late. I don't like missing things. So my planner and my assistant run my life. That's it. And it's so regimented that when there is some blank space, I get nervous. Like, what did I forget? There's no way that I have 5 hours today where I don't have anything to do. But I love that time, because that is when I can kind of just chill, get caught up on Beyond the Gates. Is y'all watching Beyond the Gates? I love Beyond the Gates, and I'm not a TV girl and I'm not a soap opera girl, but Beyond the Gates is what it is. If you're not watching it, CBS, watch Beyond the Gates. My girl Tamara Tooney is on there from my hometown. Love me some Tamara Tooney. And I've known her since I was a little girl. Yeah, Tamara Tooney is awesome. But anyway, that's my time to do that kind of thing. But try as best you can to get organized. Get yourself a planner, either a digital one or a paper one, and just think about your day. Like, I know it's late today on Sunday, but if you can just do it in your phone, just try it tonight. Sit down and think about your week. What days you have to work, what hours you're working. Okay, you want to start working out. So what days can you work out? What time? And just really task yourself to sticking to whatever you write in that planner. And the thing is, you also have to create boundaries, because stuff is always going to happen. But once you have something written down, once you have made a promise to yourself that this is how I'm going to stay organized, don't let other stuff distract you, unless it's an emergency. And then only you can determine what's an emergency. Don't allow other people's emergencies to become your emergency, unless you really feel like you need to be inserted into that situation. and stick to your planner. Stick to the plan. And I'm telling you, it makes a load of difference. My planner, my days can be jam-packed from 7 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock in the evening. But because it's planned ahead of time and I already know what I have going on, I'm not even tired at the end of that because I was mentally prepared, right? And then because I plan everything, including my self-care time, including my meal times, my workout times, I'm always going to make sure I have harmony in my schedule. And so when I have it written down, I make sure, except for the rare occasion, like I had a Friday a couple of months ago that was so crazy, where I hosted and chaired a luncheon for over 800 people in the city of Fort Worth. Then I had a meeting directly after that. And then I had a speaking engagement after that. And then I spoke on a panel at a women's conference, like pajama party type of thing. And so I was literally going from 8 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock at night. Now that day was a crazy day for me. I didn't get a chance to work out that day. I only ate once and it wasn't until late at night. But typically I don't allow my days to be like that. Most of the time, I'm going to make sure that there's harmony in my day. I'm going to make sure that my me time is in there, my meditation time is in there, my workout time. And if other stuff happens or comes up, I'm saying no. I'm saying no to it because I want to make sure I have harmony in my days. Now, again, there are going to be those days that get stacked, but that's going to be far and few between. Like I said, that was in June. Actually, it was June 27th, y'all. June 27th was that day. And I haven't had another day since then. And here we are just about at July 27th. Or are we at July 27th? What's today? I don't even know. Yep, today is July 27th. So it was a month ago since I've had a day like that. And so when you sit down and write things down and you plan it out, it's going to save you energy. It's going to save you time. It's going to save you frustration because the flying by the seat of our pants, the not knowing what we're going to eat and having to run to the grocery store every day after work or go pick something up or order it, even the thought of trying to think of what to eat every day is too much for me. So again, if you're that kind of person, like, I don't know if I'm going to want to eat that. Like, see, that's not me. If it's food and it's nutritious for my body, I'm going to want to eat it. So I can know today everything I'm going to eat next week. And I'm fine with that because my mood doesn't dictate that kind of stuff. Sometimes I think that people use that mood thing as just an excuse not to plan. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be in the mood. Like, what is this mood stuff? Are you in the mood to have energy? Are you in the mood to be organized? Are you in the mood to be healthy? Are you in the mood? Like, that's what I'm in the mood to deal with any chaos. Like, I'm always needing to go somewhere. If I have to go somewhere and I'm driving myself, I put the address of where I'm going into my phone, into my Google Maps or whatever, while I'm getting dressed so that I can, as I'm getting dressed, see, because sometimes, traffic changes or maybe there's an accident. So I may know that it typically takes me 30 minutes to get to this place, but I'm going to put it in there because just in case there's a delay, whatever, then I can see if I need to hurry up or if I have some extra time. Like, I don't like a lot of surprises because I want my time to be run as smooth as possible. I don't like running into places last minute. I don't like having to like, oh my gosh, where's my shoe? Or what purse am I going to carry? Or, oh, have you seen my such and such? Like, I don't like that. And Vonda, I know you probably saw or remember when you were here, I have that clothing rack in my office that when y'all were here for the women's conference and all that stuff, all my outfits, all my shoes, and my handbags were all out before y'all even got here because I planned ahead anyway. But that week, all the stuff we had to do, all the people that I was hosting at my house, girl, if I would have been trying to figure out what I was going to wear, I couldn't do it. And that's how I am all the time. Like, I know what I'm going to put on because that's just one last thing I have to think of, but I schedule that. So it's on my schedule, for instance, 8 o'clock tonight, I'm going to be pulling out clothes and getting ready. So, that's just something that I do. And maybe you can try to implement that. I know it's not always easy, but again, it takes some time to get used to it, but you have to force yourself. You have to lean into it. You have to have an open mind about it. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable, do something a little bit different, but the outcome is going to be worth it. And before you know it, it's no longer a chore. It's just automatic, so that when those little one-off things pop up, it's not that big of a deal because you're organized and you know. And so that's just, some of the things that I do to keep myself organized. And it also lets you see what things that you're doing that you don't even need to be doing anymore, or what things you need to start doing. Like, it just keeps you on top of your life. Really, because sometimes we're doing things and we don't even know why we're doing it. Like, we just keep doing it. It's just like the subscriptions we have that we continue to pay for and we don't even use it anymore. But because we're not on top of it, like, I schedule all that kind of stuff. Like, if I get a subscription and it's like 30-day trial period, it's on my calendar on that 25th day to check to see if I still want that subscription. Because what I ain't going to do is keep paying for something that I'm not using. Like, that's just how I am. Let me see. Yes. And I said, that is an awesome idea. Me, on the other hand, brought 20 outfits for the weekend and only wore 2. Yeah, girl. No, I'm not doing that. I just am not. Cause I don't like to pack. So I'm going to Virginia at the end of August for Funk Fest. And I already pretty much know what I'm taking. Now, I'm not packed, but I just think about stuff, and whatever I'm taking, that's what I'm wearing, and I'm only taking enough for what I wear. I don't like making decisions. Hey, J3, how are you? I really don't. I don't like making decisions on the fly. You know what I mean? I don't like being forced to have to think about stuff. I want to be able to take my time and be comfortable with what it is. Like, I don't like anything last minute. Last minute drives me crazy. I need for my days to be as easy as possible. And that's where I am. Like, I am in my soft girl era for sure. I am in my woman of a certain age grown. Like, I have done my time at running around like a chicken with my head cut off, not knowing what. I need things to be as easy as possible. I need my relationships to be easy. I don't have time for mess and foolishness. I need my business to be running the way it's supposed to be running. I need, my house to be organized. I don't have the bandwidth for it. That's okay. Well, we're going to start with that. We're going to stop the negative self-talk. We're going to stop speaking that, because that used to be your middle name. That's not your middle name anymore. That's no longer your middle name, because you can do it. You can do it. You don't have to be last minute. You just have to be intentional, which is a big part about it. And you really do have to get to the point where you're really sick and tired. Like they say, sick and tired of being sick and tired. You have to be intentional. Like, you have to say, okay, I want to do something different. This is getting on my nerves. This is not getting me what I want. I'm not, and just be intentional. Like I said, tonight is Sunday. It would be a great time to just say, okay, let me tonight figure out what I'm going to wear this week. Hang your stuff up. If you don't have an extra rack like that, just push some stuff to the side and put those 5 or 7 outfits in the front of your closet, and look at your calendar and say, okay, I work on Monday from this time to this time. This is what I need to do. Make your grocery list now for the week. Like, just use tonight. Like, this video is going up early enough. I think you're like an hour later than me, but it's okay. You got time, and just use today as that day. And it's not going to be perfect. It's not, because it's going to take some time, but that is my challenge. That is my homework for you, Vonda, to start some time blocking today. Look at your calendar, look at your schedule for work, and then start plugging stuff in and just go from there. But if this week isn't perfect, because it's not going to be, don't go back to your old ways next week, or if everything's not working by Wednesday. You have to keep going. And that's the thing too. Don't think that everything has to start on Monday. That drives me crazy. No, if things got jacked up on Tuesday, we ain't going to wait till next Monday to start over. No, we're going to do better on Wednesday. I never, because it's funny. I remember my friend Venice, may she rest in peace. That was my girl, y'all, one of my best friends. She was that type. We would be, on a diet, right, back in the day. And this was back in the 99s and the 2000s. We would be on a diet, and she would mess up in Krispy Kreme and Popeye's biscuits were her Achilles heel. And so we would be on a diet. We were working out at Bally's. So, I'm dating myself, working out at Bally's. And she passed a Krispy Kreme and a Popeye's chicken on her way home. And it was inevitable that at least once a week on the way home from the gym, y'all, she was going to stop at either Krispy Kreme or Popeye's and eat donuts or biscuits on her way home. And it would be Tuesday. And she done stopped at Krispy Kreme, and then she'd be like, "Oh, girl, I messed up. So this week is just trash. I guess I'm gonna start over on Monday." Girl, why are you starting over on Monday? Start over tomorrow. You ate the Krispy Kremes today. You can start over tomorrow. And that's what, again, we give ourselves too much time, because then you talk yourself out of it and you just keep on messing up. No, if you mess up, guess what? You can actually start over now, right? So if you're somebody who's trying to quit smoking and you smoke a cigarette, that don't mean you got to smoke another one. Talk about, well, I'm going to quit again tomorrow. No, quit now. Quit now. Girl, I'm going to try it. LOL. I'm sitting in my office at work watching your live and won't be home for a few hours. That's okay. That's okay. Whenever you get home. I mean, just like baby steps. Yeah, I miss her too. That was my girl. She was hilarious. Her and them Krispy Kremes and them Popeyes biscuits, hilarious. But that's the thing. Don't give yourself so much time to talk yourself out of it. If you mess up, do better now. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were supposed to work out every day or 3 times a week and you realize, oh my goodness, I haven't worked out, then work out right now in that moment if you can. And not necessarily go to the gym. Maybe you just need to go walk in the neighborhood. Maybe you just need to do some stretches, put on a YouTube video. Do a little, they have all kind of workouts on YouTube, 10-minute, 15-minute, advanced, beginner for women over 50. Like you can find everything on YouTube. Just quit allowing yourself to come up with excuses on why not to do it, because the more you put it off, then the deeper you're digging your hole. So just make the decision and do something now. Because I do that too. There are times when I've been like, oh my gosh, I was supposed to do such and such today. And my first thought will be, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. Then I'm like, nope, you know what? I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now. And I just do it and I get it over with. And it feels so good. It feels so good because guess what? Once you get it over with, it's done. And none of it is usually as difficult as we think it is. None of it is usually as hard as we think it's going to be. I'm telling you, I am not telling y'all anything but what I know for sure and what I have done. Yes, do it now. Do better now. And that as soon as the thought pops in your head of what you should have done or what you said you were going to do, just do it. Rarely is it something that you just can't do. And again, we talked about pivot. You might not be able to do it the exact way that you said you were going to do it. So maybe you were going to go to the gym. Well, maybe now it's not going to the gym. Maybe it's just walking around the neighborhood. Maybe it's just walking up and down the steps in your house for 20 minutes. Like there are things. Hey, Chris, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. But there's different ways to do things. And that's what I think we get stuck in the semantics, like, oh, well, the gym is closed or, oh, it's not. You can move your body some other way. There are things that you can do. If you were supposed to email somebody and you forgot, instead of saying you'll do it tomorrow because you're probably going to forget, write the email now and just schedule it to go out in the morning. I do that all the time. When things cross your mind, just do them. When you're trying to get more organization in your life, start writing stuff down. Start planning stuff. When you're not reaching your goals, start reevaluating. Start figuring out what's working and what's not working. Have those conversations with yourself. Life is fluid. Life is ever changing. Just because something didn't work doesn't mean it's not going to work. Doesn't mean that you have to stop. Doesn't mean that you have to give up. It just means that you need to figure out a new way. And so we are at just about 45 minutes. I don't want to keep y'all too long. I think I'm going to do these somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour, but I don't want to take up too much of y'all Sunday. I appreciate y'all so much for being here, but just remember, it's never too late. I don't want to see any of y'all dragging any of the things that you are concerned about right now in Q3 of 2025. I don't want us still talking about the same stuff in 2026 unless we're talking about it in a different way, unless we're on next steps, unless we're talking about, changing some things. But Whatever you're struggling with now, let's not carry that with us into the new year. Whatever it was that you were planning on doing in the beginning of July, if you didn't do it, let's figure out why you didn't do it. Let's figure out if you still want to do it. If you still want to do it, let's figure out a new way to do it. But now is the perfect time for you to use your RE, reevaluate, redo, review, whatever it is that you need to do. And so I will see y'all hopefully next Sunday. If not next Sunday, I'll be popping up at some time. I'm going to keep doing my lives. Thank y'all for getting me so close to the 1,000 subscribers. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so now. If you know anybody else who would benefit from being a part of this Lifer Tribe, please share the videos and the channel with them, because I'm so excited. And that's another thing. I've been doing YouTube for 8 years, y'all. So that's how you know I practice what I preach. I don't give up. I just figure out new ways to do things. I thought I would have grown on YouTube way faster than I've grown. But guess what? Other stuff has come out of YouTube that I didn't even think would come out of YouTube. My business and my client base has grown so much. I didn't even think about the numbers and the monetization on YouTube anymore. And then when I saw I had gotten up there to the 900s, I'm like, well, look at here. I'm almost at 1K. And I have no idea how many watch hours I have, but I'm not going to worry about it. But I'm not going to give up, because I know I have something of value to offer, and I am not going to stop, because I'm all about quality, not quantity. So whether there's, 4 people who watch me or 40,000 people, I'm going to show up. And so that shows y'all right there. I practice what I preach. I just had 8 years on YouTube. And when I first started YouTube, I was training for a marathon. I was talking about different things. It evolved. I pivoted, and it just turned into something completely different. But I didn't give up. I never just said, oh, well, it's not for me. No, I figured out how to make it work for me and how to make it a part of my business, whether I was monetized on YouTube or not. Never in a million years would I have thought that I would have been monetized on TikTok before YouTube. I didn't even want to start a TikTok, but I did. And then I blew up on TikTok. And you just have to figure out what works for you, but just don't give up. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate you. And thank you, V. But y'all don't give up. Do your thing. Keep plugging away. Figure out what works. Figure out what doesn't work. Do something different. And don't keep putting off what you want to do until next year or Monday or tomorrow. Do it now. Quit talking yourself out of stuff. Quit giving yourself too much time to make a decision. You know what you need to do, so just do it. So y'all know the drill. I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all to bits and pieces. Always be kind and love one another, but don't forget to live your life, LYFE. Love yourself first explicitly. And I'll see y'all tomorrow on a pre-recorded video for Mindset Monday. So make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss it. See y'all. Bye.